Underlying string theory is the radical idea that fundamental particles are not really like points or dots, but rather small loops of vibrating strings. All the different particles and forces are just different oscillation modes of a unique type of string. Three-dimensional world and the fourth dimension of time. There are 6 additional spatial dimensions. These extra dimensions are apparently curled up, so small that we do not see them. String theory is conceptually complex. This has so far prevented researchers from deriving concrete predictions from the theory for comparison with experimental results. Not only does string theory involve the complex study of the geometry of extra dimensions, but the way the structure of the dimensions are chosen appears arbitrary and can lead to different outcomes. For instance, there seem to be many possible ways to curl up the extra dimensions by choosing different shapes and sizes. In certain cases, the sizes of the extra dimensions are very small and it will be difficult to obtain direct evidence for them. In everyday life, we inhabit a space of 3 dimensions of vast covered with height, width, and depth, well known for centuries. Less obviously, we can consider time as an additional 4th dimension, as Einstein famously revealed. But just as we are becoming more used to the idea of 4 dimensions, some theorists have made predictions wilder than even Einstein had imagined. String theory intriguingly suggests that 6 more dimensions exist, but are somehow hidden from our senses. They could be all around us, but curled up to be so tiny that we have never realized their existence. Dimensions are really just the number of coordinates we need to describe things. We can compare this to a tightrope walker traveling along a rope. For the acrobat, there is only one dimension forwards or backwards, and we can state her or his position with just one number. But if we look on a smaller level, for an ant crawling about on the rope, there would be 2 dimensions of travel. We'd need to know how far around the rope it is, as well as how far along. If we zoom in even further, for atoms inside the rope, the world would be in 3 dimensions, the x, y, and z of everyday coordinates. Some string theorists have taken this idea further to explain a mystery of gravity that has perplexed physicists for some time. Gravity may appear weak only because its force is being shared with other spatial dimensions. To find out whether these ideas are just products of wild imaginations or an incredible leap in understanding will require experimental evidence. But how? High-energy experiments could prise open the inconspicuous dimensions, just enough to allow particles to move between the normal 3D world and other dimensions, manifesting itself in the sudden appearance or disappearance of a particle. Or we might detect some of the new phenomena that a world with extra dimensions predicts. Who knows where such a discovery could lead?